Hello, this is Rebecca here, and I'm back today with another snail mail idea. And I'm actually filming from my kitchen island, and this is a video on how to ship cookies and different ways you can doll up your packages to create a real sweet ideas to make it dolls it up to make it look really pretty when you ship it in the mail. So my first thing I was going to show you is I've kind of put it together just so I'm not making a really long video. But let me see if I can adjust the camera to kind of a little bit see better. This is a package that I'm going to be sending my nephew, and inside the package is 3 sets of cookies that I made. I made spritz cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and Russian tea cakes. And what I did was I just put them in these individual clear plastic little bags you can buy. They're usually like 20 of them for like a couple dollars. And then I created these little name tags that name each of the type of cookies that's in each bag. So this one is Russian tea cakes, and this says chocolate chip and spritz cookies. And so basically what I'm going to do is send it like this. I use this wax paper. I love to, anytime I do baked goods, I use this as just kind of a way to store it. It just looks, I think it looks kind of nostalgic, plus that's what it's used for, so I really like that. And then I'm just going to put it in this box. Now, to make the cover of the box cute, I thought about using a like rope twine, but I'm just going to stick to using my baker's twine here that I have. So I'm going to unravel quite a bit here. And being that this box is not completely covered twine, I mean, needs to have some really reinforcement done on it so it doesn't, so it kind of holds it down. Again, I'm going to be putting this in another box when I'm going to be shipping it. So I'm going to come through after wrapping that twine around a couple of times. I'm going to put a little bow right here, and then I'm going to cut off another piece, and I'm going to go around vertical. So I'm going to go like this, just like I'm putting a bow on a present. You might be able to make one more time around. It's iffy. It kind of cuts it too short, so I'm just going to go with 2 times around. I think we'll be good there, especially since we have it going the other direction. And then I'm going to tie another bow. Now, what I'm going to do, cut these kind of short, the excess ones. Oh, that one did not hold very well. Let's do it one more time. I might go ahead and do a double knot. Hope my nephew doesn't mind. I'm sure he will be cutting into the ribbon. I'm just going to do another. So it's kind of like this jumbled little mess of twine, but I really kind of like that. But then I have this ornament that I've had for a little bit, so I thought it kind of went with the deer on here, and it adds a little bit of pretty embellishments. So I'm going to tuck this in under here. Let's see if I can somehow maybe put it under a bow and then tie the bow around it. There we go. Just to kind of hold that on the package. Now the next thing I'm going to do is make a to and from tag. And how I make my tags is I use my punches. I either use a round punch, or I have that scalloped one, or I have this tree punch. But I think with this one I'm going to use a maybe a scalloped. I might go with a green so it looks a little standoffish. And then I have these stickers actually too that that have the deer on them also, so I thought that would look really cute to kind of go with the theme of the box. So I'm just going to take this off, sticker off of here, and add it right here. And then I'm going to put a punch in there. And this is also where you could come in and add like maybe some little, you know, I saw some more little stickers on there, on that sticker sheet I just had in my hand that oh, here we go. So I might go in and put some little stars just to kind of make it a little more personal. And then I'm going to write to and from on the back here. You know, I could even go in and go around the edges of the scallop with a pen just to add a little bit more dimension to that. But then I'm going to go in here and add this to my bow tag here. Just like that. Now and I'm going to go in and double knot it too, just to add another bow to it. You know, I might actually kind of tuck it in under there. And there you have it. Your package ready to go. Now how I ship this in the regular mail, I get a box, just a regular box. This is actually one that I've gotten from in the mail from receiving packages. And I fill it with this you can either do like the foam ball things, but these are that crinkled paper. You could even do tissue paper in here. But I'm going to put it in here like that. And I'm going to cover it with more of that crinkled paper. Like this. And then I'm going to box this up. And I'm probably going to cover it with brown paper just to make it more of an authentic package, brown paper package. And send it out that way. So that's one way that I'm going to be sending cookies out. The next my other nephew that I'm going to be sending some cookies to as well. I bought this tin, and these 10 little buckets you can find at your craft store or grocery store. Let me adjust the camera one more time a little bit so you kind of get the height on there. And I did the same thing. What I did, I haven't labeled these yet because I'll show you how to do one of them, but I made up little packages of cookies. And the reason I do this, I thought about layering the cookies in here. For one, these are like a very moisture type cookie, and I didn't want the flavors to be combined. So I thought about kind of doing like a parchment paper or my wax paper as layers, but I really do think it would cause the flavors to change in process. So how I made my little tags here is I took my 1.5 inch punch and I took some regular white cardstock. See if I can find that. And I took I took some pretty paper here. This feels like there's 200, maybe there isn't. And I just punched. And a lot of times if it's, oops, I didn't punch quite a good hole there. If it's that regular paper, it's not real thick enough. I guess it could be, but I like mine a little bit more thicker. This is actually pretty good thick paper. But then I take regular white cardstock and I create another punch. I glue, and I just glue these together like that. And then I write on the back. Oh, I use my hole punch to create my own tags, and then I'll write on the back. So these would be chocolate chip cookies. I'd write chocolate chip cookies and then tie that onto my package. So that's how I plan on shipping this tin. And then once I have all my labels made, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take twine and I'm probably going to put it around one side. If not, I might do some ribbon, but I'm really wanting to stick with the twine motif here because I just think I like it because it looks like the baker's. So I'm going to come in here and probably put a bow. Like this. Of course it didn't quite want to work here. But I'll come in and put a bow like this. And then I might add, I might actually do just one of these tickets that tags that I made. Oh, you know what I think would be really cute is to do this tag. And then I also punch these little punches like that. So I'll put to and from on there. And then I'll find a box to ship these the same way. So that's how I kind of do my big cookie orders. The next one that I have that are really kind of more of a personal touch is I've made up these little cookie packets here. And this is just your plain cookie with your mint, and then this is one with hot chocolate. So I'm going to show you how I created this, the one with hot chocolate. So what you're going to need is a package of chocolate, a mint, you got your twine. I meant to have this pre-cut because it's really loud, so excuse the noise real quick while I do that. And then let me get the cookies. Okay, these are party cookies. So I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to use my wax paper and fold it up. Fold this over. Fold the other side. And then I'm just going to take it and I'm going to fold it once. And it leaves kind of this long edging here, but I'm just going to take my scissors and cut this. I thought about adding washi tape, which I kind of experimented with a little bit, but it just kind of started looking messy. So you could definitely put a piece of washi there, or maybe if you wanted to cut it shorter, you could put it across the back. But I just like this look to it. And then I just put it on my hot chocolate, my package of hot chocolate, and I cut my twine. These I think would make really cute gifts to send to like young kids, like little kids like my daughter's age, like 9, 9 and under, or I think actually any age. And then you just tie it like that. Trim off. And then I just went here and tucked in this little peppermint candy, just like that. And you've got your little cute package. And then I would come in here and also make a tag, and I would put something like High Sweets, or For the Sweets, or Keep Warm, or Merry Christmas, or anything like that. I would put that on there, and you could use it as a to from, or even the Christmas tag. I think the little tree would look really cute on there as well. And then with this one, say if I had a family that I was sending it to, like this box, say this is like a smaller box, or if you had a big family you're going to send to, and I would just layer these little cookie packages up in here and make sure you have your secure, with your crinkle paper and those kind of things, so they don't move around. And then I would ship those off like that. So that's one way. And then one other idea that I had was making these little bitty, these cute little cookie holder These are actually kind of like for candy. They're these little, they're kind of like cupcakes, but they're lined with wax, so you could put, they're really made for cookies or candies and those kind of things. And so what I did with this one was kind of the same idea with all the others, is I used Russian tea cakes for these, and I put 3 little Russian tea cakes in there. I really wanted to try to put my spritz, but I was having some issues with some of my spritz cookies, and then they ended up being too big for this. But I stick these in here, and then I ball them up. And another idea that might possibly work, I don't know if you'd want to do this because it would be actually touching the packaging on the cookies, but I thought maybe this might work. But I really feel like you would need to ball this up pretty close to the cookies themselves so that they do not slip out and start getting jumbled around. So, I don't know where my twine went, but I'll just cut a new piece, and I'll just come in here and do that, just like that. And then again, make your tag and put your tag on here, your Russian tea cake or your Christmas tag. And that would work too. Okay, I have one other way that I think would be really cute. I didn't make one up ahead of time, so I thought it would be fun to put one together. Is using these bags here and creating a pocket of cookies as well. So with this, what I was going to do is I'm going to fill this up with cookies, and I will be, this is those little cellophane bags here, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my cookies in here and these little bags, and what you can do is create a little pocket, and that's taking this and folding it over like this. Again, this is a chance you could use your washi tape or your Tim Holtz stapler, which is what I'm going to see if I can get real quick. Like this. And then I'm going to come in here and make a little topper. So I'm going to use this sparkly paper that I have here. It came in a packet. I use this quite a bit. This is this glitter paper that I have. And I'm just going to come in here and, let's see, about right here. I'm going to make a top for it. So I just kind of measure it out a little bit. Where it'll be just going to slide over the top of that like this. Okay. And then I would just go in and staple it again. Now, you have like a little cute topper for your bag of cookies. Now, you know, I can't leave it this plain, so I'm going to go in. You know what, this would be a cute way to also add, I'm just thinking along here, maybe you could do something like that. I like that. Let's do that. Okay, so I noticed on this hot chocolate, it does have a little area up here that is just glued together to where if you did staple into it, it would not go in actually into the hot cocoa part. So I'm going to staple right into the top of that. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to just staple this at the top like that. And then let's come in here with our twine. And how about we kind of create like a we do this where we kind of create a, or is that too much? That may be too much. Could we come in here and do a little, maybe we've got to do something where we can hang a tag, even this little tag, or maybe a bigger tag. That might be cuter, but I really want to see my candy cane. So we can just kind of experiment. I really think the tree would be really cute. So I'm going to come in here and make just a little simple tag here. I'm just going to run it through that hole just like that and make it look like a real little Christmas tag. Okay. And actually, if we wanted to wait and use that staple, we could have done that, but let's go ahead and staple that again. And there we have it. And then you could write the name or Merry Christmas, especially if you're doing several of these. And that makes a perfect gift. You could use different color cardstock for the top. And then again, I would take my box and I would put these in there. Now with shipping cookies, I really do feel like you need to probably use a box, a sturdy box to ship it in, because I do not think it would ship good in a bubble envelope. In fact, I guarantee it probably would not ship good in a bubble envelope. Now if you were shipping candy and those kind of things, it probably would be fine, but until then I would use a box. But well, thanks for joining me. That's all I have for now. I'm going to pack up these cookies and get them in the mail and on their way, and I hope that you are inspired to send some sweetness in the mail. Thanks for watching.